My dear student, today we are going to discuss about the number system. In this chapter we will see the different type of numbers and their property, okay? Now let us start this. We will start from this number tree. Number tree. In this number tree we will see different type of numbers. First is your real number. Real number. What is real number? Any number that can be represented. Any number that can be any number that can be represented on number line are called real number. Any number that can be represented or can be shown on a number line are called real number. Now this real number is further classified as, now this real number is further classified as rational number and irrational number. Rational number and irrational number. Irrational number. Now rational number, any number that can be represented in P by Q form, where Q is not equal to 0. Any number that can be represented in P by Q form, where denominator Q not equal to 0 are called rational number. Next is your irrational number. In irrational number, non-terminating and non-recurring fraction. Non-terminating, non-recurring fraction are called irrational number. Example of this rational number. Example of this rational number are 2 by 5, minus 1, 1 by 2, 0, etc. Example of this irrational number are, example is pi, root 2, root 3, etc. Pi, root 2, root 3, cube root of 4, cube root of 4, cube root of 4, etc. All these are non-terminating and non-recurring fraction. Since we know non-terminating, non-recurring fraction are called irrational number. Now our main focus is on rational number. That's why we will see further rational number, classification of this rational number. Now next is your rational number. Rational number. Rational number. As we know the definition, any number that can be represented in p by q form where q is not equal to 0 is called rational number. In this rational number, this rational number includes all integers. All integers are rational numbers, and all fraction, all integers are rational and all fractions are rational, but there is some exception in case of fraction. Later we will deal with that. Okay, now next is all integers. All integer includes positive integer, negative integer, negative integer, zero, non-positive integer, and next one is non-negative integer. Now we will see example in different integers. In positive integer, example is 1, 2, 3. All are example of positive integer. Now in case of negative integer, -3, -2, -1, all are example of negative integer. Now in case of 0, 0 is an integer. 0 is an integer, but 0 does not have any sign. 0 is an integer, but 0 does not have any sign. Okay, remember this point. 0 is an integer, but 0 does not have any sign. Now for non-positive integer, if it is asked example of non-positive integer, in case of non-positive integer we will see it 0, -1, -2, -3. In case of non-positive integer, 0 is included. Okay, or in case of non-negative integer, its example is 0, 1, 2, 3 up to so on. These are the example of different type of integers. In all integers, positive integers example 1, 2 and 3. Negative integers example are -3, -2, -1. 0 is an integer. 0 does not have any sign. Okay, in case of non-positive integer, 0, -1, -2, -3 are example of non-positive integers, and non-negative integer is 0, 1, 2 and 3, and all these integers are rational number. Is it clear? Now next is your all fraction. In case of all fraction, what we will see, all fraction, okay, exception is there in case of all fraction, and that is except non terminating and non recurring. Except non terminating and non recurring fraction, because non terminating and non recurring fraction are called irrational number. Therefore this is the definition of irrational number. Okay, irrational number non-terminating and non-recurring fraction are called irrational. Therefore, except these such fraction, all the fraction are rational number. Okay. Now we will discuss in this chapter. Now we will discuss in this chapter different type of numbers. Okay. Different types of number we will discuss. That is you. All these number you have already seen or studied in your previous class, but we will see it. Okay. First one is your natural number. First one is your natural number. First one is your natural number. Now, what is natural number? All counting numbers, all counting numbers are called natural number. Are called natural number, and it is represented by natural number. It is represented by letter n. It is represented by letter n. All counting numbers are called natural number, and this natural number is represented by n. Now next one, example. For example, n equals 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the example of natural number. Now next one is our whole number. Next one is whole number. Natural numbers including 0. The set of natural numbers including 0. Okay, including 0 is called whole number. Represented by W, and example of this whole number. W is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3 up to so on. Now in case of whole number, the set of all natural numbers including 0 is your whole number. Next one is your even number. As we all know, even number that is divisible by 2. Okay, number which is divisible by 2. Number that is divisible by 2 is your even number. Example of this even number is 2, 4, 8 up to so on. And next one is your odd number. Number that cannot be divided or not divisible by 2. Not divisible by 2. Example of odd numbers are 1, 3, 7 up to so on. Okay, now we will see one another important number is your prime number. Very important. This is very important. Okay, very important. Prime number. Let us see prime number. Let us see the prime number. Okay, now in this, the number definition of this prime number definition of this prime number is the number which definition of this prime number is number which have only two factors, one and other is itself, one and other is itself. Any number which have only two factors, one and itself, all these numbers are called prime number. Example of this prime number are 2, 3, 7 up to dot dot. Okay. Now there is no any thumb rules to count the numbers of prime number for counting prime number, but we will see the different property. Now we will see the property of prime number. Now we will see the different properties of this prime number. In this we will see the different properties of prime number. First property, number 1. One is neither a prime. One is neither a prime nor a composite number. One is neither a prime nor a composite number. One is neither a prime nor a composite number. Now 2, about 2, second is 2 is single even prime number. 2 is single even prime number. 2 is single even prime number. All other prime number excluding 2 are odd. Okay, 2 is only single even prime number. Okay, now the third property is any prime number greater than 5, any prime number greater than 5 when divided by 6, when divided by 6, remainder is always when divided by 5, remainder is always 1 or 5, but conserve is not possible. But converse is not possible. Any prime number greater than 5 when divided by 6, remainder is always 1 or 5. Okay, suppose 7 is a prime number. This prime number is greater than 5. If I divide this number by 6, 6 1 ja 6, remainder is 1. Let another prime number, that is your 13 is also a prime number, greater than 5 divided by 6. Okay, what will be the remainder? 2 times 12, remainder is 1. Therefore, any prime number greater than 5 when divided by 6, remainder is always 1 or 5, but the converse is not possible. Means if any number divided by 6, remainder you are getting 1 or 5, you cannot say that number is a prime number. That is why it is written converge is not possible. Okay. Now next we will see the composite number. Next we will see the composite number. Next we will see the composite number. Definition only we will see the definition. Composite number. Composite number. Composite number is number which have more than two factors. Number which have more than two factors. More than two factors. Two factors are called composite number. Are called composite number. Composite are called composite number. Number which have two factors are called composite number. Okay. Now example of this composite number is 4, 8, 4, 6, 8, 9 and so on. Okay, here 4 is the 4. Here this 4 is the smallest composite number. 4 is the smallest composite number. 4 is the smallest composite number. Next is co-prime number and twin prime number. Next we will see the twin prime number and the co-prime number. First is your twin prime number. Twin prime number. Twin prime number. Twin prime number. Pair of two prime numbers. Pair of two prime number. Pair of two prime number. Pair of two prime numbers whose difference is 2. Whose difference is 2. Pair of two prime numbers whose difference is 2 are called twin prime number. Example is 3 and 5. Example is 3 and 5. Another example you can see is 11 and 13. 11 and 13. These both the pair, both the digits, both the numbers are prime number, but the difference between them is 2. Therefore, these are called twin prime number. And next is your very important co-prime number. Co-prime number. The concept of this co-prime number is also very important. Now let us see definition of this co-prime number. Definition of this co-prime number is pair of two numbers is your pair of two numbers whose HCF is 1. HCF highest common factor. HCF highest common factor is 1. Pair of two numbers whose HCF is 1 are called co-prime number. Example of this co-prime number is 3 and 5, 4 and 9, etc. Now, in case of co-prime number, 2 and 3 is also a co-prime number. 2 and 3 is also a co-prime number. Now, if question is asked, if any number divide, if any number is given to you, this property is used in divisibility. Okay, when you see the division, then this property is used. Suppose 2 and 3, these are co-prime number. That means if any number which is divisible by 2 and 3, if any number which is divisible by 2 and 3 also be divisible by 6. Why? Because 2 and 3 are co-prime number. This is basically what we have seen so far. We have seen the number system. In number system, we see the real number. After real number, it is further classified as rational and irrational. In rational number, we have seen all the integers as well as all the fraction except non-terminating and non-recurring fraction. Then the rational, we see the natural number, whole number, even number, odd number, prime number, property of prime number, composite number, then twin prime number and co-prime number. In this way, this chapter is completed. Okay, this video will be helpful you for quick revision. Okay, thank you. We will see in the next class. Okay.